begin by coming into child's pose. We come around onto all fours. As we press our hips back towards our heels, we lengthen the arms in line with the shoulders. As we begin to nestle the chest into the thighs, forehead down towards the ground. As we feel the connection of our breath, inhale deep in through the nose, feel the belly expand into the thighs, and then as we exhale, we relax. Inhale in through the nose, belly expands, rib cage expands east and west. And then as we exhale, we let it all go. Allowing ourselves 5 more deep, arriving breaths. Remembering that we can come home to child's pose anytime we wish during the progression of this class, just to take a minute or to check in with ourselves. Last deep breath. As we begin to add movement on top of our breath pattern, let's begin to find all fours. Our knees come underneath our hips. Our hands are spread wide and underneath the shoulders. Belly comes in towards the spine. Eyes gaze down to the floor in front of us. Nice big inhale deep into the belly, ribcage expands. Exhale, begin to segment the spine towards the ceiling into cat pose. Inhale, starting from the base of the tailbone, drop the belly towards the mat. Open the chest into cow. Exhale, round the spine into cat. Feeling our shoulder blades roll away from one another as the eyes gaze towards the belly. Finding cow. Release the belly. Heart opens through the arms. Head gazes up slightly. Allowing ourselves 3 more rotations of cat and cow with the wave of our own breath. Remembering maybe we feel something that feels good and we just pause there for a moment. Just move what feels good. One more rotation through. And then we begin to meet in neutral, that place between cat and cow, where we feel supported by the core. We begin to curl our toes underneath as our hips go high and we extend into our very first downward facing dog. Let's explore down dog. Just pedal out the feet. Feel the fingertips spread wide on the mat. We're pressing the ground away. Head gently hangs in between the triceps. Us yoga instructors love to say rest in down dog, but down dog is a very active pose. So just work through a component today that feels good. Maybe we just focus on one portion or a couple portions as we come back into it. Let's take a nice big inhale. Our heels are going to drop down towards the ground gently, and then we peel forward towards plank pose. Feel the shoulder blades roll away from one another, and the hips come in to kiss the rib cage. Exhale, knees come down to hover over the mat. We push back and then allow the spine to grow long back into down dog. Inhale forward, full inhale into the posture. Exhale, knees drop to hover, press back, lengthen the spine, downward facing dog. Last one, nice big inhale. Exhale, drop the knees, press back. Undulate the spine. Bend our knees nice and deep. Look to the space in between our hands and walk our feet in, forward folds. If you are suffering from any low back issues or very tight hamstrings, just take a knee bend. And even as we warm up, maybe you want a knee bend. Release the pressure in the slack. Crown of the head goes towards the ground. Maybe you grab a hold of opposite elbows. Just feel yourself ragdoll over your thighs. Bend our knees a little deeper. Circle sweep the arms towards the ceiling. Squeeze the glutes as we extend the hips. Rib cage connects. Hands come down, heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Swan dive down. Right leg is in front. Left leg steps behind us for a lunge pose. Our shin on the right draws the knee forward. We extend long through the back leg. Hands come down to frame the right foot. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts behind us, keeping our hips and toes squared to the ground. We're pushing away with the hand as the left heel lands. Slowly release. Left leg lifts. Keeping postural integrity. Pushing away, dropping the right heel. Slowly release. Inhale, forward to plank. Drop the knees to hover. Exhale, press back. Undulate the spine, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look to the space in between the hands, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Hip hinging, sitting bones going high. Left leg is in front this time. Right leg steps behind us. Find our lunge. Draw the shin forward as the right heel extends behind us. We're lifted through the hips. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts behind us. This time as we exhale, coming forward to plank, drawing right knee to right elbow. Nice and strong, lifted through the hips. Exhale back, three-legged dog. Slowly release the right leg. Left leg lifts. Into plank, left knee to left elbow, strong and lifted. Exhale back. Slowly release the left leg. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, hover the knees, press the hips back, lengthen into down dog. Bend our knees, look to the space in between our hands, forward fold. Bend our knees, circle sweep the arms towards the ceiling, squeeze the glutes, connect the rib cage to the hips. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lengthen. Belly button comes in and up. Right leg is in front, left leg steps behind us. Find your lunge. Squeeze the glutes, and when we're ready, take the torso up. Arms come overhead. Hips square to the front of the mat. Hands come down, frame the right leg. Three-legged dog. Right leg shoots behind us. We gently place it down. Inhale, forward to plank. We're going to take our legs just slightly wider than they are right now. Press strong through your right toes and then pop up onto your right fingertips. Your left toes should feel very light, and our hips, we're going to try to avoid any rocking. So nice and stabilized right here. Place it down. Press strong through the left foot this time. Pop up onto your left fingertips. Hip bones square to the ground. Slowly release. Hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Hover the knees, press back, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look to the space. Walk, step, or hop. Forward fold. Big exhale, let the torso go. Relax the head. Bend the knees, circle sweep, reach towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lengthen. Left leg is in front this time, find our lunge. We feel the hips square. We squeeze the glutes so the tailbone looks down. Arms lift. Hands come down, frame the left leg. Kick back, three-legged dog. Slowly releasing the leg. Inhale forward to plank. Taking our feet slightly wider. Press strong into your right toes. Pop up onto your right fingertips. Option, maybe we can begin to lift the right arm in line with the ear. Slowly release. Press nice and strong through the left foot. Pop up onto the left fingertips. Hips are still squaring to the ground. Maybe we extend the arm. Slowly release. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Take your legs in slightly. Inhale forward to plank. Hover the knees. Press back. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees. Find yourself right in between your hands. Forward fold. Ragdoll for a moment. Catch your breath. Bend the knees, circle sweep reach. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Right leg is in front, left leg steps behind us, lunge pose. We sink through the front as we lengthen through the back. Hands come down to the inside of the right foot. So you can choose to go right back to plank from here, or we're gonna take the right leg and circle it around to plank. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Bend our knees, walk, step, jump, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Left leg is in front this time, right leg steps behind us. Find your lunge. As we come down, hands come to the inside of that left leg. Either pressing the leg directly back into plank, or we're going to kick it out to the side, swoop it around into plank. Your choice. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Well done. Pedal out the feet. Move the hips. 5 breaths. Bend the knees nice and deep. Look to the space in between our hands. Walk, step, or jump. Forward fold. Bend our knees. Circle, sweep, reach. This time as we exhale, let's come into chair pose. We lengthen down as we reach high. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank pose. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts behind us. Draws to the outside of the right wrist. We come back to plank. Remember, you can circle sweep that leg out to the side or just extend to plank, lower down, chaturanga, press right back up. Legs come a little wider. Press deep into your right toes, pop to your left heel. Using your right knee. Extend out long. Slowly release, downward facing dog. Feet come underneath the hips. Bend the knees. Walk, step, or jump, forward fold. Lengthen the legs. Bend the knees, circle, sweep, reach. Exhale into chair. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Release the hands, press back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Draws to the outside of the left wrist. Take your option, straight back to plank, or swoop the leg all the way around. Chaturanga. Press back up. Take the legs a little wider. Press deep to the left toes, hop to the left fingertips, or extend out long. Slowly come down. Downward facing dog. Bring the legs back to center. Two more deep breaths. Bend our knees nice and deep. Look to the space in between our hands. Walk, step, or jump, forward fold. Bend our knees. Circle, sweep, reach towards the ceiling. Exhale into chair. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Right leg is in front, left leg steps behind us. Crescent lunge. Take your time. When you're ready, torso comes up over the hips. We're engaging through the glutes. And then we allow the arms to come up. Let's slowly allow the hands to come down and frame the right foot. Nice and gently, let's begin to straighten our front leg through our own range of motion. Back hip continues to look down to the ground. Slowly bend through the knee, back to lunge. Plant the hands, kick back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts high. Swing the leg to the outside of the right wrist, wide lunge. So, option here. So we're gonna add on a chaturanga as we're swooping the leg. So you can swoop the leg back to plank and then do chaturanga. Or if you'd like, we're gonna swoop that leg around, and as we're swooping, we're lowering. And then we're pressing all the way back up. Back to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. To the outside of the left wrist. Take a moment, feel lifted through the core. As we come back around, your choice, straight to plank and then chaturanga back up, or swoop, and as we're swooping, we lower. Press back up. Downward facing dog. Well done. Bend the knees. Find the space in between the hands. Walk, step, or jump, forward fold. Bend the knees, circle, sweep, reach towards the ceiling. Exhale into chair. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Left leg is in front this time. Right leg steps behind us. Find your lunge. Hands come down. Frame the left leg. Straighten and lengthen to the best of your ability. Back hip, that right leg is going to round down so both hip bones are looking down to the ground. Then through the shin, lunge pose. All the way back, downward facing dog. So we have another add-on. Everybody's favorite word in my class. So let's start. Left leg is gonna lift high. We're gonna find that leg coming to the outside of the left wrist. So what we're gonna do is we're going to swoop around to plank. And if you're lowering, you're gonna lower at the same time, Chaturanga. Press back up, but as you're pressing back up, we're gonna bring the leg back into lunge. It's gonna be amazing, trust me. So here we go. If we're swooping, we lower down, but watch, we're gonna come all the way back into lunge as we come up. Let's do that one more time. Swoop around, lower, come up, lunge. Well done, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Comes to the outside of the right wrist. Pick your option. So remember, you can do anything we've already done. Leg swoops, lower down. Press back up, leg comes right back into lunge. We did 2 on the other, so we gotta do 2 on this side. Leg swoops, lower, pop, press, downward facing dog. Well done. Bend our knees, walk, step, or jump, forward fold. Lengthen the legs. Bend the knees, circle, sweep, reach towards the ceiling. Exhale into chair. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lengthen. Come over the thighs. Let's take 5 breaths here. Prepare for warrior 2. Our right leg will be in front. Our left leg will step behind us in a lunge and then drop parallel to the front leg. Approximately heel of the front leg is in line with the back of the arch, back leg arch. As we come up, we tuck our hips underneath. We draw forward through the shin. Nose is in line with belly. As we slowly extend the arms in line with the shoulders, reaching out. Use the hip to keep the knee open. Turning both toes to the left-hand side of the mat, wide-legged forward fold as we come down. So we're gonna have some options here if we haven't used our arms enough already. We're gonna come into crow. If you don't wish to do crow, stay right here and just enjoy the wide-legged forward fold. If you would like to come into crow, we're gonna come heel-toe ourselves all the way together. Big toes touch, heels touch. Our hands are spread wide and we're gonna lift through the hips and we're gonna round the back just like we did in cat pose. We come up onto our toes and bring the knees as high into the armpits as we can get them. We gently shift forward. And then maybe we stay here. There's a lot of work going on. Or maybe we lift 1 or 2 sets of toes. We lift the shins. We gaze directly, slightly in front of us. And then let's put ourselves back down. Lengthen back out, wide-legged forward fold. Left leg turns behind us. Right leg stays, warrior 2. Work from the ground up. Hip tucks underneath. I should be able to see a majority of my toes. I'm reaching long forward and back. The tips of our shoulder blades pull towards one another. Feel the sink through the front leg as we keep the integrity of the back foot. Let's turn both toes towards the side, wide-legged forward fold. We're gonna come into another crow progression, and it's definitely a tough one. So maybe you're just gonna work on crow, maybe you're gonna stay here in wide-legged forward fold. But we're gonna take crow into wide-legged forward fold. So heel toe yourself together. So you have to be very careful and very proficient in crow before you want to take the next step, okay? Because you can fall on your face. So let's find crow. If you want to just build the strength in crow, there's something to building endurance in crow and not progressing. So let's lift. We're engaging. Shoulder blades are going to press away from one another. Come in close. I know we love to come in wide. Find the connection. Feel the lean forward. Eyes are gazing in front of you. And then we lift the shins to activate that low core. Now breathe here for a couple breaths. And then if you feel ready, we're going to take the legs out to wide-legged forward fold. So if you'd like to practice that a couple times, feel free. Maybe you work down into your wide-legged forward fold. Do what feels best for you right now. Two more deep breaths. Slowly come up. If your legs are very wide, heel toe them together just slightly. And then we're going to walk around towards that right leg as we pivot on the back foot into a lunge. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts behind us. Everything is squaring. As we draw forward, knee is going to come towards our right elbow. And we're going to squeeze and lift. And then thread the right leg through the body. Drop onto the side of that back left leg as we lift. And just press that leg forward as we lift up nice and high. Now, as we come in, we're going to take this extended leg, that left leg. We're going to press down and bring it. Doesn't matter if it comes on the mat or off the mat. We're going to bring it all the way around. And then we're going to find our balance and draw that right leg up. Maybe you're on the mat, maybe you're off the mat. Take your time for the arch lift. And then let's extend back into lunge pose. Hands lift. Hands come down inside of the left leg. Create space. So take a second, widen the legs. And then we're going to add that leg swoop to Chaturanga to press back up to lunge. Remember, this may be the very first time you've ever done this flow. I created it about 6 months ago and I kind of love it. So if you haven't practiced with me in the past 6 months, you may not have known this flow. So go where you need to go, okay? So maybe you want the power today. Maybe you're like, I'm good and I'm gonna go chill out in down dog or child's pose. So nice big inhale, lift, leg swoops, we lower, press back up, we find lunge, three-legged dog. Slowly release. Left leg goes high. We inhale in, knee to elbow. Try to find the connection to squeeze in the left. Thread the leg through. Drop onto the inside portion of that right foot. Slide the leg forward as we extend. Begin to take the top arm back down towards the ground, back leg, right leg comes around, we connect, find our focal point, lift knee up. Extend back, lunge with control. We own the poses, they don't own us. Hands come down to the inside of the right leg. Take some time and readjust yourself. Make sure you have the room. Make your decision on what you're gonna do. Nice big inhale. Lower down, swoop the leg. Press straight back up to lunge. Downward facing dog, three-legged dog, excuse me. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Let's take our right leg up. Bring it to the outside, knee to the outside of the wrists. Let's come into pigeon. Let's take a minute. Drop the back knee. Leg is in line with our hip. We begin to gently walk ourselves down. Maybe to forearms, maybe we're gonna lengthen out. I'm gonna stay on forearms today. That's just kind of where my body wants to go. If we can get our shin parallel to the ground, excuse me, to the front of the mat, please do so. If you need to tuck, just let it tuck. Try to feel yourself relax through that right hip joint. Slowly begin to walk yourself up. Curl the back toes. Lift the leg, three-legged dog. Inhale forward to plank, right knee connects to right tricep above the elbow if we can. Thread it through the body as we come onto the side of the back leg. Slide through and lift. Slowly come down, and as we do, back leg comes around and plants, and then we find our balance. Find your focal point, and then let's extend into warrior 3. Keep the airplane arms, so arms along the side of you. Back hip squares to the ground. Slowly bend the front leg, place the leg down into your lunge. Hands come down inside of left leg. Even yourself out. Make the decision on if you want to flow. Take a nice big inhale, leg swoops around as we lower. We press back up. Leg comes back to lunge, and then to three-legged dog. Slowly release. Left leg lifts. Into pigeon. Left knee to the outside of the left wrist. Remembering that one side is always a little nicer than the other. Right leg is in line with the hip, walk it back. And then find the level of your chest to the floor. Maybe you're going to be like me today and stay a little more lifted. Maybe you can lengthen right out. Relax the glute. Feel that deep breath just like we did when we were in child's pose in the beginning. And then slowly walk yourself up. Curl your back toes, lift the leg, extend back, three-legged dog. Inhale forward, connect knee to elbow. Thread through, drop to the side of the back foot as we open, slide that foot forward a little bit. And then as we peel it back, hand comes down, that back leg is gonna come around. Like I said, maybe it's on the mat, maybe it doesn't quite make it there, don't worry about it. And we find our focal point As we lift, we find our focal point into warrior three. Airplane arms, fingertips reach behind us. Left hip squares. Slight bend through the right leg and find our way slow and controlled into lunge. Last flow, hands come down inside of the right leg. Even yourself out, create some space. Swoop the leg, lower down, Chaturanga. Press up, back into lunge. Exhale back through the leg down. Slowly release. Walk the feet forward. Forward fold. And then nice and gentle begin to drop down to a seated position. Our legs are long in front of us. We're going to release our sitting bones piece by piece. Our right leg is going to lengthen long, and the left leg is going to bend in. Where it bends into doesn't really matter. So if we need to stay a little lower near the calf, go ahead. If we can bring it in towards the inside of that right thigh, go ahead and do that too. We're going to twist the torso over the right leg. We're going to outstretch our arms, palm up towards the outside portion of the right leg. And then what we're going to do is pull our toes towards our shin and squeeze our thigh muscles super, super tight. And then as we do, we're going to keep that contraction the whole time. Nice big inhale, exhale, hinge forward. Contract the quad, pull the toes, exhale, reach forward. 2 more breaths, just like that. Nice strong inhale, contract, 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 exhale, reach. Last one, nice big inhale, big strong contraction, exhale, reach. And then slowly come all the way back up. Left leg comes out, right leg finds its place along the left leg somewhere. We rotate the torso, toes pull towards the shin. Lengthen the quad as if we're trying to press that knee down into the ground. Palm up outside the left leg, nice big inhale. Exhale, reach forward. Keep the squeeze and the pull. Nice big inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Nice big inhale. Exhale. Strong through the legs, strong through the toes. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Slowly come up. Bring ourselves towards the front of our mat as we come all the way down. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock gently side to side or in a circle. Let's feel ourselves release through our low back. You feel most relaxed in. So it can be Savasana with our arms out and our legs out. Maybe it's Supta Baddha Konasana or reclined butterfly pose. Maybe you'd like to lie on your side. Our palms towards the ceiling as our shoulder blades come down our back. Let's begin to feel the wave of our breath come over us again. We feel the inhale enter the body and expand. each exhale, we feel ourselves grow heavy on the mat. Legs to lengthen long as our arms go overhead. Good morning stretch. Our knees filter in, one and then the other. As we begin to roll over onto whichever side is most comfortable, letting our head grow heavy in our arms. And finally, let's make our way to a comfortable seated position. Spine long over our hips. Our shoulders peel down and away from the ears. We close our eyes. It was an amazing pleasure to teach with you today. Inhale, arms up. From my home to yours, namaste.